we are here not to witch hunt anybody or to do anything extra, but to be able to know the problem as far as the university project is concerned. One thing also I want to put emphasis on, yesterday the committee resolved. Now going forward, if you call, especially projects and project managers and people who are very important for those projects, do not appear before us. Number one, we are not going to hear the delegates that came to represent the project managers, and number two, we are going to commence or initiate contempt proceedings against any project manager who failed to appear before the commission going forward, Honorable Minister. So I allow you to make a statement, then we allow your presentation to continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. We're very, very grateful to be here. We're here from the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, from ECU MoBSE, who is supervising the work on behalf of MoHERST, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology. And also we have PACE Consulting, who are doing the consultancy on behalf of the Ministry. And then also we have Shapoji, Bolonji, who are the contractors. So this is the situation. So I want to say that want to thank the National Assembly for providing the funds to build the University Faraba campus. As you know, thanks to your intervention and the wishes of His Excellency President Barrow, we are able to now deliver Lot 1. That consists of the School of Arts and Sciences, School of Education, School of ITC, and School of Business and Public Administration, and also the library, Dr. Barrow Library, and also some the water plant, the electrical plant, and all these things, water treatment plant, and so all this, and the external work, civil work that were done. Now, Lot 2 also was inaugurated, and that's why we are here to respond. That's last year. The foundation stone was laid last year during the inauguration of Lot 1. That was in March, last year, March. So, for the construction of the Chancery Building, 7 stories, and also the Faculty of Law, the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. This is what consists of Lot 2. So, and also, by the way, for Lot 1, it's also the villas. The villas. The villas are the houses for the staff. But most specifically for the external professors, visiting professors. That will help the university not to be spending money on hotels, paying the bills, hotel bills, and so now they will have accommodation inside the campus. Lecturers will just come out from their villas, go straight to the classroom and go back. So everything is done, everything is furnished, is delivered. The only thing now pending is just they said we just need to have some small fence so that it will be more secure to some extent, just for the villas. But they are inside the campus, everything done. So with your permission, Mr. Chairman and honorable members, we want to propose for PACE and Shapoji to give you a rundown of what is going on currently at Faraba, so that you visualize the issues. But I just want to inform you that what we planned was for Lot 2 to be finished in July. That was our plan. Well, it's different from the Lot 1 that took 12 years and so on. Our plan for Lot 2 was to just deliver within 1 year, some months. Okay. But unfortunately, there are some delays and so on. So now there's a revised work plan. They will go into details, and we now agree that they will now deliver in December, latest, or 18th of December, and now the Lot 2 will be inaugurated on the 27th of December 2025. At the end of this year, we inaugurate Lot 2. And that will allow us now, before that, to think about the new, another phase, that is Lot 3. And Lot 3 will consist of the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences. Ironically, it's the first school among the first schools of the University of the Gambia. But when Faraba Banta was being constructed, the Medicine and Allied Health Sciences were ignored. They were not included. So now we have to think, we've developed a concept note and try to see how to go for resource mobilization. And once we get something, we will come to you after going through cabinet for that, so that we have a School of Medicine and Health Sciences. I'm using this opportunity because Mr. Chairman and honorable members, currently, when it comes to medicine, the University of Gambia is rejecting close to 70% or 80% of people who are applied, and most of them qualified. 80% rejected because of lack of space and other resources. But that's why we are now working to develop, finalize the concept note, now going for resource mobilization. At the appropriate time, if we get something from the development partners, we will come to you again so that we will deliver something for the health city.
Sorry, Honorable, do you mean the project envelope is still increasing? We have not reached the maximum envelope for the free UTG from
it did not cater for School of Medicine. Yes, because what happened is what we are doing is, so if I'm with you with your support, because when I was at the University of Gambia, before I became minister, I thought that there was money lying out there, and so when I go, I will just use that money and then build the Faraba Banta campus and so on. That's what I thought. I went there, I noticed that there was no money, that we have to go and look for money. And went to Egypt for the IDB meeting and other development partners. That's where we got funding for what is unfolding. And to complete Lot 1, and also for Lot 2 that we are having now. So there's nothing, as I'm talking to you, zero butu for the School of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences. There's no design, there's nothing for when it comes to Faraba. But for today, yes, for Lot 2, we will share with you what we have. Though there was a master plan that will address many issues for it, but the funding part of it wasn't there. Okay, for the other stuff. But with your permission, will allow the Sapoji and Pace to take us through and do the presentation. And from there, maybe we will be able to answer questions, and they will also be there to address the technicalities.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. What I find very uncomfortable and disturbing is the ministry, the project coordinators that is accountable to us, not the consultant and the contractor. So they are going to do their presentation, but our questions are going to be directed to you people. Not the consultant. Let's make it very clear. It's not the contractor and the consultant are not accountable to this particular committee. It is the ministry, the two ministries, co-jointly supervising or monitoring this project. So all the questions, we are going to pay attention to all the detailed explanation by them. But all our questions are going to be directed to you. you also have a leeway to ask them and explain them to you.
Yes.
But anything wrong, because this is house of records, we're going to have everything in records. We're going to have the contractor and the customer on record. They are not this thing answerable or accountable to it. It's the ministry, the two ministries that are answerable. Can we get that as ground before you proceed?
No, we are okay with that. That's why I decided that I should even
It's
come
okay.
and not only the
Because we
technicians.
don't want them to bring a scenario whereby a Robin member asks you and the contractor want to answer or the consultant want to
No, we will be more than happy to,
Okay.
to answer most of it. When
That's
we
okay.
have, if there are some technicalities, we'll ask them to provide. But we will be more than happy to respond to all the questions.
Okay.
Yes.
The clerk is saying in the event you have no appropriate answers for those questions.
Yes.
Do you understand? The consultants can still answer it on your behalf.
Yes.
But we are going to have in reports that is from you people.
Yes.
That's what we want to
Yes.
establish.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. So you can proceed.
And we are ready to respond to any
It's
question.
okay.
They can also have their own response.
Yeah.
Yes.
When the floor is open, and what he must give you the authority to respond.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, let's proceed.
Yes. So now it meant
Okay.
give a rundown and they do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to the committee. Regarding the university project, as highlighted by the Honorable Minister, we are PACE consultant. We are the consultant of the project. We did the design, and the design was completed in 2016. Then we are supervising the work execution for the project. This project experienced plenty of challenges during the implementation phase, especially during the execution of Lot 1 due to issues in finance, in funding availability. And the contract that was awarded to the contractor Shaposhi was for the project fixed package and conditional package. It is on track of a total value of $104 million with the fixed package of $54 million and the conditional package of $50 million. And there was a clause in the contract stating that this conditional package will be executed in case the funds related to this fixed package are made available by the government within the first year of the following the notice to commence. But this condition was not met, and more than that, after the notice to commence to the contractor, we found that the government couldn't cover its counterpart.
Sorry,
Yes.
I know the ground will be asking questions after your presentation,
Yeah.
but that is very important thing we missed. This 54 million fixed package and the 50 million conditional, is that what you said? Conditional package?
Yes,
That's like 104 million.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So we are speaking on, about the $54 million package, which is the fixed package. This package, the government was supposed to contribute at the rate of $17.2 million. But that couldn't be met. And the solution was, we couldn't find any option but to split the fixed package into two lots, Lot 1 and Lot 2. So what happens at that time, the government requested the funding agencies to give more money to cover the counterpart of the government, but the reply was that the government shall use the available budget provided by the 5 donors, and when we are at 70 or 80% of disbursement, the government can again request for additional funding, and this is what happened. And this split up into Lot 1 and Lot 2, in fact, it came from this background. So today, we are executing the Lot 2. The Lot 1 was completed and inaugurated on 2nd March 2024, and it took a long time to implement due to these serial challenges that we were facing, especially regarding finance issues. And the other main issue that we were facing that time, that this Lot 1, which is amounting to $37.2 million, was financed by 5 different co-financiers. Each financier has its own procurement rules. And the financing was supposed to be done like a mix-up. So that means that all the donors are financing all the lot. And this way to manage led to many complications during the execution. We were facing many financial challenges, especially for disbursement of payment to the contractor against the different certified IPCs. And that's why all the stakeholders in the project, the PCU, the MoHERST, and the consultant, the contractor, and even the government team from the Ministry of Finance, we agreed that we have to learn lesson from this experience, which took long time for implementation. And then when we are moving to the Lot 2, we have to take conclusion, and positive conclusion from that. And that's why for Lot 2, which is financed by BADEA and IDB, we opted for a parallel financing, which means that we have one donor financing clear components in the projects, other components are financed by other donors, in such a way that when we have problem with one of the donors for one building or two buildings, this problem will not impact the other components financed by the other donors. And in that light, actually the Lot 2, amounting to 17.2 million, is financed by BADEA and IDB. The components of Lot 2 are mainly three buildings with associated external works. We have the Chancery building, which is financed by BADEA, and we have the School of Agriculture and Environment and the Faculty of Law, which are financed by the IDB. And the external works is in majority at 95% financed by the BADEA. So this is the actual financial plan for Lot 2 of the project. Actually, we started the Lot 2 in March 2024. And we are at almost 41–42% of overall completion progress. The execution period was slated for 18 months. The completion was expected to be done in July, but due to challenges in the execution of the Chancery building, we are now forced to postpone up to the end of the year. And we will get the final revised schedule.
Your slides are not moving.
No, we will start this presentation. Okay, I'm just giving the presentation. The presentation will be done by the contractor. Okay. So where we are today, we are at over 40% of overall execution for Lot 2. We are expected to complete Lot 2, and we are committed, and I think the contractor is here, can even confirm its commitment to complete by 18 December. This is the revised schedule that we are using. And we did the presentation at the Office of the President on 22nd January. Okay? And we are trying to push hard now to complete the project with this new time frame. I think that we can allow the contractor to make the presentation. So what we will present, there was a presentation that we did for the revised schedule. And here what you can see is an executive summary of the progress status, monthly progress status for January. So in order to allow to properly monitor the project from now till the end, till 18 December, which is the expected completion date, what we propose that every month we will be sending, in addition to the monthly report that we used to send since the starting of the project, which is very detailed document, we are adding this executive summary progress report that shall be addressed even to His Excellency the President, because he instructed that and he is willing to monitor himself the monthly progress. Okay, so I think we can even chair, the Honorable Minister asked for that starting this month also we will take 2 or 3 people from the committee, the focal people, and we can add in the chairing list. Will be receiving the monthly reports, the detailed one, and the summary note. So maybe we'll ask the contractor to go through this summary progress report for January. Okay. Then there is another presentation that we did at the OP for the revised construction schedule. Okay. Then we have some maybe photos that we can show to you. And then if any question or any inquiry or any clarification that you may need, please do not hesitate and feel free to ask whatever you want, and we are here to reply. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can proceed with that one, I think.
Yes.
Yes. So this is a summary, an executive summary progress report. This is for January 2025.
This is, just go back.
So here you can see the photos. There is a general photo on
this is
top.
once everything is done
Yes.
for Lot 2.
Lot 2.
This is how, just in December, this is what you expect to see
Yeah.
in December. On the far right, that's the Chancery building, 7 stories.
Yes.
Okay, and then the even far left there on top, that's the Chancery and the other schools.
Yes.
The closest is the School of Business, that is
Yeah,
functional.
you can show the location of the School of Medicine, please. The former, this one. This
Yes.
location now, it was designed previously to accommodate the School of Arts and Science. But the School of Arts and Science was implemented within the Lot 1 and substituted the School of Engineering and Architecture. So this is the land reserve now. It is dedicated to the Lot 3, which is the School of Medicine
Yeah,
and
that
Applied
one is
Science.
yet to-
So this one is yet to be used.
Go
Okay?
down now, the last two.
You have that one. This is the view of the School of Agriculture and Environment.
Mr.
And at
Chairman,
the right hand, this is the faculty.
the last
of-
one
this is
down
the-
there.
yeah.
is
Okay.
that's going to be in December, not even in December, before December, that is
Yeah, according
in
to the
July.
schedule, the
You
school,
say you have 41% progress. by
actually, the
45%.
overall progress is 41%.
41%.
41%. So, according to the revised schedule now, the Chancery building, which is a 7 stories building, shall be completed by 18 December. And we are working hard against this milestone, okay? But the 2 other buildings, the School of
last two.
Agriculture, Environment, and the Faculty of Law, shall be completed by 31st July.
July.
So this is the plan.
So
that
on
we
your
are
left,
working on.
the 2 that are down, on your left, that one is the School of Agriculture, and in July, this is what you will expect to see. On the left, on the right, Faculty of Law. In July, this is what you will expect to see there. Okay? But for the time being, they are yet to be there. So now you can go ahead with the
Lot 2 comprise of how many schools?
Lot 2 comprise of 2 schools plus Chancery.
That is agriculture.
School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences and the Faculty of Law and the Chancery building.
Agriculture. That's agriculture.
Yes.
This is law,
Okay.
and that's the Chancery building.
Okay.
And I forgot to tell you that on the Lot 2 also there are some external works, your roads and the like.
This is introduction.
Okay, now go straight to the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay?
So go up. So the project, as we were saying, so this is a summary note, so you can use it. There is summarized
What we do? You have submitted the executive summary, the report, and what we will do, we may go over these things to the board. The committee will also sit and review all of these documents,
Yeah.
because this is a very long committee period of interaction. We still call you back.
Yeah.
What we do right now, we may not be very well informed. But that's why you submit this. We will go over this thing probably next week, and before the end of February, we still call you back. By way of that, we have also understand the detail. We are well informed that we can have relevant questions. Okay.
No problem, but honorable, you can go through this one.
Yeah, you can still go with it. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you that.
What you received now, you received 3 copies of that one.
Oh yeah, exactly. We already received it.
And
The
you
problem is I
received the
submitted.
detailed report.
Okay.
You will find all the details inside the report.
Okay.
This is the monthly report, okay, with a very large photo gallery. Day per day, the activities on the ground, so we are reporting daily.
Yeah, let's go to the
Yes.
presentation.
Yeah, let's
now.
go to the presentation.
Go straight to the point.
Now we were saying that the Lot 2 is including the Chancery building, the Faculty of Law, the School of Agriculture and Environment, the external works, which comprise roadway, system plus parking and utilities. The participants or the stakeholders are the beneficiary is the University of the Gambia, the executing authority is the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, the implementing agency is the Projects Coordination Unit Education Sector, the consultant is Panara Consulting Engineer, the contractor is Sapurji Panology, Middle East. The construction contract, key dates, so the contract was signed on October 17, 2016. The inauguration of Lot 1 was done on 2nd March 2024. Commencement order for Lot 2 was issued on 25 March 2023. Completion period for Lot 2 was initially fixed to 18 months. the fixed completion date as per last revised schedule is 18th December 2025. So this is now our major milestone that we are working hard against, and we shall meet it. We have no option but to complete this date. The civil work contract to be extended to 31st December 2025. The total cost for Lot 2 is $17.2 million. Details of the funds mobilized for Lot 2, the ISDB mobilized $7 million. The BADEA mobilized $16 million. The government of the Gambia mobilized $1 million. The total is $24 million. $24 million shall be covering the civil works, plus the furniture, plus consultancy services. So it is the whole, okay? The consultancy services contracts, the supervision activities, the contract was signed on 7th February 2016. Okay, so it was signed on 7th February 2016 for fixed and conditional packages. Then the contract value, fixed package Lot 1, 2 million for 253. The contract value for fixed package Lot 2 is $897,400 till March 2025. Furniture and equipment. So we have available $3 million, amount of 24 million. We have 3 million dedicated for the procurement of lab equipment for the Lot 2. The tender process for the furniture is yet to be started. Okay, we are in phase for furniture and for the lab equipment. So we are finalizing we are waiting an objection from BADEA regarding the tender documents, and we are under final consultation with UTG, which are the end user of the project, regarding the list of items. The work implementation progress, so the assessed progress, we are giving the figure per building, okay, and we are giving the figure as of end December and as of end January. The total progress how much, and the monthly progress how much. So for the School of Agriculture, in January, the total progress reached 43.10% against 37.20% during December, as of end December. The progress that was done during January is 5.9%. The progress that was done during December 2024 was 5%. For the Faculty of Law, actually we are at 45.8% as of end January against 40.2% as of end December. The progress achieved during January is 5.6% against 4.25% during December. For the Chancery Building, we are at 24.45% overall progress against 21.23% as of end December. The progress done during January, 3.22% against 2.43% during December. For external works, we are at 60.02% as of end January against 51% as of end December. The progress done in January is 9.02% against 7% that was achieved during December. The overall now, we are at 41.09% with the monthly progress achieved during January of 5.53% against an overall progress achieved during December of 4.31%. There is a photo gallery that shows the progress, you will see it. Regarding the furniture and equipment procurement, the tender documents under finalizing with beneficiary, UTG staff, and waiting no objection from the BADEA. The bidding process launching is expected to be launched by end of February 2025. Payment status for the contractor and the consultant. Here we are giving the payment status. So now we are not facing payment issues like we were facing before. So it's much easier. Yeah, it's much easier now to have the payment done to the contractor because we are dealing with only 2 donors, and every donor is fixed in one building, so they know it's easier the process of
just
payment.
say that before in Lot 1 we have 5 donors,
yes.
And before you move, any activity you do, you need to get no objection from all of them. If you get 4 positive and 1 is yet to respond, you cannot move. Yeah, you still wait. Now we learn from that. Now with this one, we got 2 donors, IDB and BADEA, and we decided to separate them. Okay, one is in charge of the 2 schools and the agriculture and law, and the other one is in charge of the chancellor. So it means that yes.
But even in the case of when you have different counterpart funders for a particular project,
Yes.
I know procurement process sometimes can be delayed But what I want to understand, I think each of the donors must be tied to a particular process, so that all your procurement process relating to that process will be sent to that donor. So which means that
that is what we are doing in Lot 2.
That's what we are doing now.
Lot 2 is parallel financing. IDB is financing the School of Law and the School of Agriculture.
okay.
So anything we are doing in the School of Law is only sent to IDB. The payment is only to IDB. That's why if you look at even the progress,
Yes.
for
It is
School of Law,
self-explanatory.
School of Agriculture, that one is high.
Yeah.
But the
You
other
can
one
see,
is a
yeah.
bit,
Exactly.
because we are not waiting for all of them to give. It's
Exactly.
now
What
financing.
happened?
Before
So I'll ask-
Progress for
Initially it was
Yes,
co-financing.
when we
go
got
to
the
combination.
go before disbursement.
Exactly.
Yes.
They must come together.
Exactly.
to disburse.
Exactly.
If one delays, you cannot do anything.
Yes.
You
We
must
even
come.
had a roundtable meeting to avoid that.
Okay, that's fine.
We had a roundtable meeting where we noticed some of these challenges. We bring to address, so we agreed we have a lead donor. And it was all agreed IDB is going to be lead donor. We only clear with IDB and then we move. Those minutes were signed there, but when they went back, you know, it's their technicians that come in. They didn't get the approval, so we resulted into a same meeting. This is what the Honorable Minister is saying.
Yeah,
When we finish Lot 1,
this is the model we did for the YC project.
When we had-
all the co-financer for the same procurement project.
exactly, when we had
If don't approve it, then you move on.
when we had the Lot 2, these were some of the lessons we learned.
It's
And then we
That's
try to
right.
avoid
So
them.
everything is
And we went for
running.
private financing. That's why
That's
now we
why
are
you
moving
see
very
that
fast.
Lot 1 spent many
12
years.
years.
And yes, close to 12 years. Whereas this one is just 1 year, whatever, and now we are talking about,
progression.
yes, in July, the others will be ready.
Okay, let's proceed. Oh, you are ready?
No.
Yeah, maybe,
Okay. So the main areas of concern as of engineering, the contractor will increase the working hours of its staff as a matter of urgency as agreed during the last site meetings. The number of manpower is also to be increased in order to secure continuous progress on open work fronts for the various components of the project. So there was an agreement with the contractor to increase the working hours and to increase the manpower. The contractor and the consultant will ensure close follow-up with the PCU and the MoHERST to secure a fast tracking regarding all duty waiver requests for the materials needed to the project. This is another challenge, so we have to work hard on that because the process of duty waiver is taking long time. Same follow-up is to be undertaken to expedite custom clearance of all important items needed for the project execution. The civil work contract shall be extended up to end December 2025 to cover the completion period of the project as per the last agreed construction schedule. The consultant project shall be also in line with the last agreed construction program. So for that, we are proposing 31st of March 2026 to allow for the closed out documents and the final accounts and the final audit. Then the ISDB loan, last date of disbursement, initially set to 31st March 2025, shall be extended as soon as possible to avoid any disbursement issues against future IBCs. Then a close follow-up with BADEA regarding the tender documents for the lab equipment, no objection, shall be ensured in order to allow the bidding process launching without any further delay. So these are the main area of concerns. Then you can find a gallery photo, you can go down. This is the Chancery building, so after completion it shall look this way.
December.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This and here, this is the
Right now,
actual
this
site
is where they
conditions now. So there is some shutter for one slab. This is as of end January. It is 31st January, but it is casted now. It was casted last Sunday. This slab, so we can show you photos. And blue color, you can see the area in blue. This is preparation to cast the slab on grade. So that was casted yesterday. So we are following on the schedule. Since we approved that schedule, we are working with that schedule and we are in line with that. So we are giving some comparative photos here. This on left hand side, the site condition as of end December, then on right hand the site condition as of end January. And every month you receive the same report. We find next month, end of January, then and February what it looks like. Okay, it will be this way. Okay. Here is the bus parking area. This is close to the Chancery building. It is part of Lot 2 also. It's a parking area for the buses. Here the School of Agriculture and Environment. This is a master plan and the facade. So
Line,
we
that's
shall
how
look this way.
Currently, this is how.
Okay, and you have these comparative photos. So left hand, as usual, as we said, end of December. Then right hand is the end of January. So you can see clearly the progress achieved during January for that building. How it was 1 month ago, how it is now. Okay.
This one is.
Here we are showing some activities inside the buildings during January. So you can see that there is block work, there is saw cut on the walls to run the conduits, the electrical conduits.
Next.
Yes. The Faculty of Law, this is what
July
is
is how it's
provided by end of the project. So same thing for comparative photos and December against end of January. Here you can see the car parking annexed to the school, to the Faculty of Law. It was not executed during Lot 1, it is part of Lot 2, so there is some backfilling work. We execute the excavation work completed. Now we are putting the borrow backfill and some internal activities, so block work, plaster works, parapet works, external plaster. Okay, some miscellaneous photos. Excellent. This is the central area, we call it the convocation area, it will accommodate the convocations. Here are some activities for the guard room at the entrance. Okay, that's it. Maybe now we can make the presentation for the revised schedule, but before that we make the presentation of the...
Yeah, before we go there, what I realized from Mr. and Kim, the scope keep changing. Since the initial design of the university, the scope has been changing. That leads to increase in the envelope. Now, what do we want? Can you give us the list of all the addendums since the beginning of the project and all the variation and the price attached to each of these processes, please?
So,
Yeah, can you? Yeah,
they're all available.
yeah. Let's so that we can inform ourselves.
We can say it, but maybe for your information,
Yes.
the scope has not increased.
Okay.
As alluded by the consultant. When the tender was done,
Okay.
the initial design was done, it was sent, then it was changed by the former regime. Then we went for the tender for a bigger scope.
Okay.
That bigger scope, when it was tendered, what came out was $104 million.
Okay.
And then we looked at what is currently available. We put a fixed package and conditional package.
That is correct.
The fixed package was at $54 million.
54.46.
That was what was available from the 5 donors, including the government counterpart.
At the beginning of the project.
Yes.
Okay.
So we said that this money is available, we're going to put a fixed package. Then we'll have the other one as a conditional package, because the contractor won what was tendered. So and the money is not available for 140 million, but it's available 54. So we signed we packaged the contract, fixed package and conditional package. The fixed package is what we signed for $54 million. That money was available, including the government funding. The contract was signed.
The government contract was not forthcoming.
No.
Yeah, I'll come to that.
Okay.
That's where I'm coming. The contract was signed in October 2016. Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
October 2016. They requested for the advance payment. We are pursuing between the different donors, including the Gambia government. Donors started paying, the Gambia government could not pay. By the time there's a change of government. Also, we had an impasse. And this impasse also took a lot of time. By the time the new government settled in, there was no funding available for them to pay. We had the next IPC came in, the government could not pay. So this was affecting the progress on site. So the former minister called for a donor conference here. Let's look at what is actually available. Because if the government counterpart funding is affecting the progress, Then we decided to look at the fixed package. The government counterpart fund is not coming because that came to 17 point something million.
It was
Government became the highest financier, about 36% of the
37%.
about 36 point something percent of the fixed package. Government committed that they will do it, and that was not coming. Then we have to resort and then reprogram based on the funding that is out of the 54 million. What is available on the donor was $37.2 million. The 17 million was provided by Gambia government. All the 5 donors were provided 37 million. Gambia government is providing 17 million. So exactly.
37%.
So they, about 36%. So they became the major financier, and we could not move.
They couldn't sustain it.
Then we said, let's now repackage the fixed package into Lot 1 and Lot 2, only for operational purposes. Then let's engage the donors based on what is available so that we move. When we reach about 75% on progress, then the government will go back to the donors. This donors say, you can engage us for an additional financing for the 17 million. Then that's what we had Lot 1 and Lot 2, only for operational purposes. That's what completed in March last year that was inaugurated. What's Lot 1? Then we engaged the donors. As the Honorable Minister said, when we met in Egypt, then we had Badia and IDB express interest. Badia provided 7 million. 16 million was provided by Badia provided 16 million, IDB provided 7 million to finance Lot 2. And that's where we are. Now to complete the fixed package, it's Lot 1 and Lot 2. Lot 1 and Lot 2 was only split for operational purposes. You know, these are contractual issues, you know better. So now we are trying to complete Lot 2. And our agreement was to go for 18 months. We started implementing. Again, the donors, the turnaround time for the donors varies. We had the effectiveness of IDB earlier. Badia took a lot of time, almost close to 9 months, close to 1 year in between. Then what we did, when we had the effectiveness of IDB, we started. You can see the School of Law and the School of Agriculture, they are progress. If we had waited, if we didn't go for a parallel financing, we would have been stuck at where the Chancellor building is. Then we went for a parallel financing. This one is ready, we move on. That's why we are done. So Badia came in. Thank God with this parallel financing has paid a lot of dividend. As of now we stand, there is no pending payment from any of the donors. I think the contractor can confirm. For Lot 2, they don't have any pending payment. So we are progressing very well. But in terms of the scope, just to answer your question, in terms of the scope, it still remains the same. So what is available we are working now is the fixed package. The third phase that the Honorable Minister talked about is the conditional package, which is mainly to do with the School of Medicine and the like. But in terms of the scope, it has not changed much. Yeah. And the student hostels.
Chair, when we came in, we did not bring on board any new scope.
Exactly.
Any new scope. We maintained the scope that we found there. Exactly. The only difference is when we came in, we did not find money.
Exactly.
That's the only thing. So our now challenge was where to get the money. Go for resource mobilization to be able to complete Lot 1 and now start Lot 2. But based on what we have. Now what we've done is, if we are now talking about rescoping, it's now the Lot 3 that is yet to start. That's what now we are just at concept and resource mobilization, talking to partners. That one is yet to even start because we haven't received anything. It's just the pledges that is possible, and so we are working. So once we get that one, then that one will be Lot 3, and then it will go through the normal process, cabinet and National Assembly. But right now we are yet to do. Then the other one also is the dormitories. Yes, that one also the ministry thought that, you know, for the other schools and whatever, we are getting loans. The dormitories, can we think differently? Now we're engaging MRC Holland Foundation and Brighter Future, so that to now do the dormitories. And for that, government will not pay. So God willing, in April, during the convocation or UTG convocation, the dormitories lay the foundation stone and work will start.
Who's the one?
The MRC Holland Foundation.
How many rooms?
Well, they are working on the design for now. So, but it will not going to be something, too big and so for the start.
But you said the foundation stone is laid.
Yes.
You don't even have to say, oh.
No, they're already. He said,
I know.
Yeah.
But he said the foundation stone is laid.
No, it will be laid in April.
Okay, I thought that you said it's laid.
No, I said during the convocation.
Yeah, first, yeah.
In April.
Yeah, it's okay.
So they will lay
I thought
the
that you said
foundation.
it was laid.
No.
Okay.
It will be laid in April.
Okay.
So, and the good thing is there will not have any load issue here and there and so. So that's how things stand.
Yeah. So I think what will be Honorable Vice Chair, before you come, you are coming to present on revised work plan.
Yes.
So before you do that, let's have our questions first, because we still have a copy with us. Honorable Member, let's ask questions, then later we can listen to the revised work plan. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Minister, with the team. I think not only I have a few interventions that I want to clarify here with regards to the presenter and then the team from the PCU. Because there is already an extension. And if you look at his constraint here, he made mention about the extension. And part of the extension is that he's claiming extra funding on this extension because the consultant should be on board. And if I can understand, during the signing, there was a period given to him. What caused the extension? Why the delay? Was it because of finance? Was it from your end or was it from their end? Before I go further.
The current delay on the Lot 2 is not to do with financing. Mainly is to do with the availability of construction materials. I think Imed and the team is here.
From their end?
No, the availability of construction materials, especially person. If you look at the Chancery building, it's 7 floors. The foundation depth is 5 meters. And there was need for a huge quantity of parcel. The contractor was sourcing parcel from Senegal. Senegal also, when there was a change of government, when Jomai and Usman Sonko also came in, there was a little bit of, in terms of, I think, ban in terms of the expenditure of data. But they had a lot of challenge in terms of getting the parcel. You remember in Gambia, most of the construction materials are not available in the country. So they resulted looking at Ghana, looking at Cape Verde. So it took a little bit of time because huge parcel of quantity was required. So that's the main cause. And also, they getting the effectiveness from barrier. But when we had the loan approval, the effectiveness of barrier also took a little bit of time. So a couple of those things that has caused the delay. It was not money issue. It was mainly to do with the availability of construction materials. Maybe you are more.
I try to understand your question.
Exactly, yeah.
Your question,
Yeah.
we will allow the contractor to say their constraints.
Yes.
But yes, there was a delay.
Before you go there, Master.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vice Chair. You allowed the contractor to go, there was a constraint.
Yes.
I expect
Yeah, we should tell
the
us.
contractor.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You guys are monitoring the contractor.
No, there are constraints
Yes.
in terms of technically implementing. There are constraints in terms of the parallel financing mechanism that we're talking about. If you imagine the reason why the law faculty and the agricultural faculty is far more advanced than the Chancery building. Number one, the effectiveness of the project for IDB came a lot earlier. And that means they can start their work. You can give them notice to proceed. Because the project is effective and you can start disbursing funds, you can pay them their advance payment. 9 months later, and unfortunately, this coincided with the rainy season. All right? And this is where you have to build a 7-story high. If you look at those pictures that I gave you, you're talking about a rough foundation of about 5 meters deep. Even for quality purposes, the consultant will never allow them to engage in such activities like excavating the foundation during those conditions. It will affect your quality.
Yes,
all right? So there was a break on that one.
I think I want to clear one thing here. Because part of their constraint, if you look at the highlights, I think if you go back to that slide, you will see there. What they are claiming is very clear. To my understanding, they are only stopping at extension, but they are also going further to say extension will cost. To my understanding. And if you made mention about basalt issue, who are you going to shoulder this responsibility? It's not going to be a cost to us, or it's not going to be a cost to you. The contractor himself, when he was tendering, this should have been on the ground. If he knows that I am going to deal with basalt, I need the quantity of basalt, there must be something that he should be doing. So if there is a delay in material, it's not your end. So what if we are extending the handing over period to December, that's almost how many months? Almost 8 months extension. That 8 month extension, is it going to be a cost to the government, or is it going to be a cost to the donors? That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
And to add that supplementary question to
This is what I was saying.
Let me add the supplementary to what he said. When the contractor was bidding, and the basalt was expected to come from Senegal, it's going to be different from when it is coming from Cape Verde or any other far distance place. So how about that variation? How do you guys take care of that?
No, now the
that price variation.
The arrangement from Ghana and Cape Verde did not work out.
So it's Senegal now.
They still have
so the price remains.
Even if it comes from UK, that's not our concern. It's a concern with contractor.
This is my point. That's why I said I'll allow them to explain those technicalities. But as far as effectiveness and the start of the Lot 2 and the staggering point was concerned, this is the issue.
You see,
That's
that's
no variation because
hold on.
That's all.
We ask the contractor later in
Exactly.
However, Mr. Chairman and honorable members, you have asked a very important question. And for our national interest, this question is very important.
That's why.
And this is why you heard me making noise in those days, move to Faraba. And people gang up for that move not to take place. Because when you explain, this is what I was telling people. The moment this contract is not finished, you and I are going to pay. This is because this is taxpayers' money. We cannot now engage the contractor, consultant, everybody having this project, and then now it is not finished. And when it is not finished, it is extended. If it is extended, now we are asked to pay. That's why timely delivery is very, very important.
So to answer the question, extension will be at the cost.
Yes. That's what I was trying to come in. When I received that attack from different angles, hold on, please, one meeting. See, that we have to ensure that we deliver within the time frame. This is very, very important for national interest. And whenever we are having projects of this nature, we take into consideration the time factor to avoid extension, because the moment it is extended, the government people are going to pay. So for me, this is very important. Then there are other factors that are understood. Okay, but there are others that also we need to work together to ensure that we are limited, and we ensure that we finish within the time frame.
Yeah, and I think Minister, is very clear as you mentioned. There's a reason why I asked this question, because it's about a contract.
Exactly.
And when you are signing a contract, there is A, B, C, and D involved in it. And there's a grace period of the contract. And then after signing, I'm accepting all questions that are within the contract. When it comes to materials, it is my problem. When it comes to payment, it is your problem. When there is delay in payment, then it's you.
Compensation events. Look at it.
When there is delay in material, it is me. No matter where the material comes from, it's me as a contractor. So now, you may mention the issue of basalt. That's going to be sorted by your team.
No.
If you come, I mean, even issue of the rainy season, that's a gentleman agreement. Because when you are signing, you expect there are grades. No matter how kind of grades you have, you must expect those things. So this is why I'm saying we must be very clear here. We did already an 8 month extension. During this extension period, is it going to be a cost to government, or is it going to be a cost or a no cost to government?
As far as I understand, for the addendum that we signed, it's only for time extension and no monitoring. But let me make something clear also. Like I said, what problems they have, I never mentioned basalt. Let them explain it, all right? To make it clear to you, honorable minister, honorables, so that you will understand from them what exactly they have to explain. But what I'm saying, like you alluded to, there's a contract that has been signed. Contract is about obligations. You fulfill your obligation and I fulfill my obligation. And that's why you have what they call compensation events. If a reason is genuine for you to extend, all right, I mean, it needs to be investigated. If it is not genuine, you need to be investigated. I quite agree with you that as an experienced contractor, and even issue like delay in payments, you have to put it within context because you are expected to have a certain capacity. You were selected based on technical and financial capacity. In fact, even in the pre-qualification, it said that you must have a capital and you must have line credit facility of a minimum of 20 million US dollars. All right? You fulfill that requirement. That's why some were rejected and you were given the contract. All right? So to a certain extent, don't say I'm not paid. That's why I will not do work. No. We expect a certain level of capacity as an international consultant or contractor for you to have so that you can move on. Let's talk about adverse weather conditions. I agree with you. You should have factored that you are operating in a country where you have the rainy season and the dry season. All right? But there might be instances they didn't design to start work in August. All right? Because there was no contract effectiveness. They cannot start. And unfortunately, that component is the 7-story building that you're talking about. If Barrier gave effectiveness in August 8, to be more precise, that is the time you issue the notice to proceed. In my interest, I will not allow Gambia government to invest such a huge money, all right, building a futuristic university. And I want to compromise, asking you to do, say, 5 meters deep foundation on those conditions. It will affect the quality.
Yeah, Mr. Gay, thank you very much. But I want one thing to be very clear here. After the disposal of the funds, you know you always issue commitment date. Commitment date, you look at the factors.
Yes.
Even in the rainy season, I think you should have whole with the commitment date. To say now we're in the rainy season, the contract cannot commence. The contract can only commence after the rainy season. That's from there that where you start counting your calendar dates. Yes, after being issued the commitment date, after the rainy season, then you can start numbering your days. Because if you look at their slides here, there are 2 things that are very interesting to me. The labor force. There's a problem with the labor force. To the extent that you want for them to work extra hours. That shouldn't have been the case. Because I could remember the president when he went there, he challenged them on their labor force. A contract of this magnitude, I think the issue of labor shouldn't have been a problem. And looking at putting all these things into account, if it causes delay, to be honest, Minister, it's not a monetary issue. It's not a cost to government. It's not a cost to the project. So let them explain to us what were the costs of their delay, then before we go further here.
Thank you very much. Those are valid points. Before you come, what we're trying to say now, going forward, when you sign contract, and we have these issues with Ministry of Works, don't come and tell us we were delayed in the rainy season. You must do, if it is in the contractual period, you must do something. You cannot just sit idly for 3-4 months. You say we are in rainy season when that is part of your contractual period. It's not acceptable. You must do something. There are certain works that you can do in the rainy season. You cannot just say it is rainy season, it is very cold, and you know that particular period is in your contractual period. You follow hands together, and at the end of the day, you want extension, and that extension will be a cost. That's number one. Number two, I also want to talk about this point. Yes, contract is legal obligation. I do my part, you do your part, and we progress. Because we already created a legal relationship. But also, it is a living document. We can negotiate contract. So if the cost on government is going to be too much, you can call the contractor. This supposedly now is a local. It's now a local. I'm not some of you have Gambian passport now. No, my honorable is that you just need a Gambian passport. They are citizens of this country. Call them. And some of the conditions, some of the delay are beyond our control. So conditions that are beyond our control, they cause the delay. We still bear the cost for that. We are the cost for that. Sometimes it's unacceptable. You call them, we negotiate. You can adjust. I think you are ready to adjust your contract.
But yeah, before you go further, I want to try to hear. My question is, the extension program, is there any cost to the extension period?
As of now, the extension of the cost has no cost implications.
It's only time.
It's only time.
No, the minister confirmed that.
The consultant has not advised us anything.
Yes,
Yes. Can I clarify? Okay.
Minister, can you
Yes. Thank you very much. So I think you are raising very valid points. And normally, when the government contract any contractor or whoever consultant, there is obligations by the government, there is obligations by the contractor. I totally agree with you that this issue of basalt, availability of aggregates or whatever, cannot be taken by the contractor as a valid argument to delay. This we 100% agree. This is their business. This is their internal question. They have to manage it. They have to stockpile. They know the work. They bid for it, and they have to assume. But what is happening for this contract? Also for the manpower. This is his business. He has a contract. He has a completion period. He has to mobilize the needed manpower at the needed time to complete the job correctly and to meet the expectation of the contract. This we understand, all of us. But what is happening here, and what is very important to understand, that we are speaking about one contract. The Lot 2 is not a new contract. It is only one contract. The split up to Lot 1, Lot 2 was done only for operational purposes, to keep the contractual relation with the contractor and to be able to mobilize the funds by the donors, which funds the government of the Gambia failed to provide on due course. This is what is happening here. And that's why we are dealing with the contract. I am the consultant of the project. I'm not the contractor. They are here. I'm not defending them. I have an obligation toward the government, toward my client, to preserve the interest of the client, the interest of the project, the interest of the Gambian people, the quality of the project. The payment shall be done in due course and correctly. They shouldn't get paid more. They shouldn't get paid less than they deserve, than the work executed. This is my obligation. But I have also the mandate and the obligation to tell you the correct things. This contract was signed in 2016, October, for a duration period of 3 years. We are now 2025, 9 years after. You are using unit rates for concrete that are far obsolete. I'm telling it clearly. $272.5 per cubic meter for reinforced concrete. You can find nobody now that give you this price. You understand? So this is the situation of the contract. Unfortunately, we are dealing with Lot 2 now. We are executing Lot 2 with a previously fixed duration of 18 months. People who are not aware of the background, they may think that this is a new contract. It's not a new contract. It is the continuation, and we're still suffering on the consequences of the Lot 1. For your information, as of today, the final account for Lot 1 is not yet settled to the contractor. They still have to get paid over $1 million from the donors. 1 million. So from the donors.
Okay,
and $8 million from the government. As of today. So all of these conditions.
Dollars.
$1
million.
Yes. And this this is situation that led us here. So now we are trying to move with Lot 2 with diligence, but there is some consequences of Lot 1 that we are also supporting. If the contractor is not completely settled against his entitlement for Lot 1, he cannot mobilize. You cannot force him to mobilize.
Yeah,
Please, honorable. I wanted to give you the clear picture for you to understand the situation, because it's very important for you to know. The decision will come to you and to the client, of course, to the ministry and to the PCU, but you need to understand the clear picture on the ground and the real fact of the things. And the interest of the project, you will assess where is this interest. As of today, we shall got paid over 1 million, and we're still struggling with the donors to pay that money. Because what happened, there is some technicalities, there is some details. We were dealing, among the problems with the multiple financiers, one of the problems that each loan is labeled in currency, in a different currency. For example, the IDB loan for Lot 1 is labeled in dollars. Here you are in the records, here is in dollars. With them it is in Islamic dinar. The depreciation in between these two rates made us, for example, looking to re-affect some money from other donors to pay things that they have to pay. This is happening with Kuwaiti fund. The loan is labeled in Kuwaiti dinar. Also, there is the fluctuation on the rate. So all of these technicalities led to the situation now that there is one amount of over $1 million that we are trying to settle for them, and we are saving under the loan from OFI, but they don't want to pay on behalf of another donor. So that's why we are trying to have a virtual meeting with them through the Ministry of Finance and to try to explain to them, because by end of the day, this is a loan. This is a balance amount and it's still valid under the loan. It needs to be disbursed to the contractor to settle this chapter and close it. This is one of the points. The second point, what is making the difference in the progress for Chancery of Building, among the problems, the loan of IDP was declared effective in 2023, August. The loan of Badia was declared effective 1 year after, end of July 2024. We applied for their advance payment, and they got paid only in February 2024. That is this is another problem. So if the contractor is not paid on time, there is a problem. You cannot force on them more than it shall be. But we have to make sure that we are fulfilling our contractual obligation to force them. So this is the situation that I wanted to explain to you. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Mr. Consultant.
Yes.
Can you hear the consultant?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at it this way. At first was Lot 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it is important that Lot 1 is what completed.
Yes.
It's completed.
The work is completed.
Lot 1.
Yes.
But they are pending payment.
Yes.
Of $10 million.
Over 700,000.
Huh?
Over 7.
No, what is pending from the Lot 1? Our final account. That's what we're
Yes.
talking
The
about.
final
The final
From the
account.
donors you say.
Yeah.
No, no,
The final account. The final account stands with $10 million.
No, over 8 million.
Because 8,
Eight
part
plus
of
one.
it was the additional works that were introduced. The perimeter fencing. There was a borehole, water treatment plant.
These are
several
additional
plants.
works.
Yes, these are approved variations that we are giving to them.
That's why we want to get the list of all those
Exactly. We will
price
give-
attached to each
So,
variant.
all right?
Yes, I'm coming.
And they were giving cabinet approval that proceed, we will pay.
Yeah, thank you. I mean,
So in all, it's about $8 million.
let's take it as variations.
Yes.
These are variations afterward. It's like, if you look at the first envelope, it was completed and finished. And monies were paid. But there were extra works that come on board, and they are called variations. That needs to be paid. But coming to Lot 2, Lot 2 was signed very clear. When you were signing, you signed Lot 2 with the package that we are giving to you.
No, they did sign. There is no new contract. It is a continuation
It's an addendum.
of the contract.
Time extension.
What the vice chair is trying to tell you, consultant, if you sign a separate contract,
It's not separate.
No, it's
it's
an
not a
addendum.
separate contract.
It's an addendum.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, let me put it like this. But different folders,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
That cannot affect your mobilization.
No, it's not
your
different
commitment.
folders. It's the same folders.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's
No,
not
but
separate.
Two of them volunteered that they will
Master,
continue.
Master, you guys said for the Chancery Faculty of Law and Agriculture,
It's IDB.
Badia and
They were also part of
They were also part of the
Lot one
They
were
were also
5.
part of the
No,
law.
it's okay, Chia. We have no problem with that.
It is the same
No,
contract.
it's coming.
This is continuation.
This is the contract.
Now,
It's addendum.
This is the point.
Yeah, I'm coming.
This is the point. That it is a continuation of
Okay,
the contract.
I'm coming.
Yes.
But when you were explaining,
Yes.
the issue that you had before are no more happening. It's on one envelope. No more delay in payments. Monies are coming where you want
For
it.
Lot 2.
Yes, but
Follow
there is-
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming follow 2.
Yes.
At the starting there was the advance payment.
No, the issues that we were facing before is not the same now. It's happening more.
You know where I'm heading to?
Yes.
You know you have Lot 1 and Lot 2.
Yes.
Lot 1 is a different one. Lot 2 is a different one. Whether it's the same envelope, it's the same contract, it's a different lot. And it is comprised of something. And when Lot 2 came, there was a sum for Lot 2.
Yes.
And when Lot 2 came, there was an advance payment for Lot 2. From the same funders, no problem. But the issue that you had before, when you have about 6 funders, it's not more happening. They are paid on time according to your explanation.
In terms of payments. Yeah.
The payments are coming. But now my issue here is the delay that is caused. There is already a delay. You have been handing over April this year?
July.
July this year.
Yes.
It's not possible. Now we are targeting what? December 2024. And will that be even a possibility?
2025.
2025. Will that be even a possibility? Looking at the concerns that we are currently highlighting, it might also come again. Because now you are claiming monetary issues. There are pending issues that needs to be solved. No, up till now, not solved. And if those things are to accumulate, continue going, hope you will get ahead, Honorable Minister. By December, hope they will hand over to you.
Yeah, well, we told them that we agree that not only it will be finished by December, but we are inaugurating the structure here on the 27th. So we means that everything must be ready before that. Because we are not entertaining anything other than that day. We are not going, even one day, we are not adding.
Honorable Minister, I like your attitude and your zeal, but one thing also I want to advise, let's not sometimes make a political push to make sure these things are done and inaugurated. I respect you for your position, your stance, your everything towards this project, and you are commendable for that.
But, Mr. Chair, it's not just a political move. It's about one, for instance. Just let me take the School of Agriculture.
Okay.
It will surprise you to know that right now UTG is 25 years of existence. School of Agriculture did not have one single laboratory. One single laboratory. And this School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, 25 years of existence. With this school inaugurated this year, December, they're going to have 14 labs. You move from 0 to 14 labs. Different laboratories. Types of laboratories. That is what the students now will learn. So education will no longer be that theoretical. It's now going to be practical, and people will come and do their research. You have labs for water, you have water treatment and other, you have water for other activities on agriculture and environment and so on and so forth. This is among the other benefits, why we want that. And then now people will come. You are now a student, you are now a lecturer, you enter that environment now. Hey, you would, even when you are called to go home, you don't want to go. Because this is what you are enjoying. This is why we want that to be delivered.
And it will be delivered inshallah. I mean, this guy, consultant, the extension that they are saying, will it be a cost from your end?
Cost from
are you expecting them to pay you? Are you expecting them to pay you?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, it is done for the consultant. It is within the budget.
It's within the budget.
It's scattered for.
Everything is within budget now.
It is within the budget, within the law.
Yeah. I think he have said that the government is supposed to pay $8 million.
That's for Lot 1.
That's
the variation.
This for Lot 1.
Variation after the contract.
That's for Lot 1.
Which they haven't paid.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
So I think and why? Did they tell you why?
No, what happened is for Lot 1, these are two issues, or one, they are all variations, most of them. And we all agreed that we're going to pay for that one. Because one has to do with some other external works that were supposed to be addressed. And we agreed for them to proceed, and we will now do that. What happened is we wanted to see how this project now to include it, but you guys saw me around here, and thanks to the interventions, all of you, to give us some additional. But then it was clearly, we were clearly informed by finance that if they put it in the budget, now we will now jump and hopefully the budget will be higher than what has been agreed with IMF, and then we'll go beyond the ceiling, and it's not possible. So now what to do is now to treat it separately. So finance is treating it separately to see how they will now do some payment. There are different ways, because they are supposed to pay tax. They are supposed to. So maybe finance will say, okay, part of what you're supposed to be, we'll deduct it from that end. But these are things that they will be able to sit down and do proper reconciliation. And then also get funding elsewhere to be able also to pay. But our finance is working on that.
Honorable Minister, yes, Vice Chair.
But that's
what we
also
want to
not
establish going forward. We don't want the contractor to import experiences, delays from the first from the first lot to the second lot. Because for me, our first phase could have been a learning curve for us. We learned a lot of things. You understand? And we are now ready for the second phase. So all the delays in procurement processes and all the procurement modules we have in phase one. Do you understand? Let's think of the personnel. So bringing that to phase two after receiving your advance payment for phase two, it doesn't give me sense.
Yes, in fact, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's the language we have with them. And from MoHERST, we're saying that when there is no link regarding, let's say, the pending funds that are in Lot 1, it's different. This one now, this additional contract for Lot 2 is now signed and monies are coming. And then now we've learned from the challenges of the past, and now the delays are limited.
But
so they said that now, yes, but we told them, and they told us that that's not the excuse. Even though they would want us to pay, they told us and they made follow up on that. But they also confirmed that that's not the excuse. So we are also pushing for that, for them to also help us in that regard. Not only that, you see the delays. There are a lot of delays. Because for me the Lot 1 now work is completed, but now there's something pending. That is the closure of Lot 1. Up till now we are yet to get a closure because I haven't received any report on my table regarding its closure. Yeah,
that's very important.
So this is what I'm waiting for. So that we move on. The second one also is they mentioned about the furniture. You see, you can talk about, and I mentioned it with them. You see, we can talk about December. So yes, you can work and get all the construction ready in December. But if the equipment and the furniture are not around, what is going to happen? So that happens also in Lot 1. We are also saying that we don't want that to repeat. So this issue needs to be done, and we make the necessary follow-up and with the donors and so on and so forth, so that we can get all the materials on site, and by December we do the integration without having any problem. Then from there now you close your books. We are done with Lot 2, and then we think about something else. Yeah. So this is what we are working on. So we need to anticipate. Yes, closure is important for each step.
Yeah, you are right. In fact, you just mentioned project closure report. We deliberated on this earlier with I think Honorable Minister of Agriculture. The committee or the National Assembly going forward now, we are not going to answer to any loan request or grant request for a project without giving us the project closure report for the previous project. We already realized projects are coming in the same intervention area. Similar projects, it's just the name that differ, but their intervention area are all the same. So that's why we want to appreciate the project closure report for the previous project before we can proceed with loan grant or request for any other project. And that one has been very clear, especially those at the project units, please.
Yeah, I think that point is important. But I also have a question to the team. Yes, the loan is finished. I think any project has a defect liability period. Is it covered? They have covered it already.
Yes. For which one?
Lot 1.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So then we need to close them.
Yes.
And then the other issue also, Honorable Minister, even though you have issues, because they are claiming of monies. I know about contracts, when your inflow is not good, it's going to be difficult to proceed. At times, you go for monies, you go to the bank, you owe the banks, and when you put in money, boom, it is swallowed. So what can we do? Either the committee to sit with the same team and the finance minister to look for the way forward. If at all they, as you propose, they want to knock off their taxes, the balance will be given to them so that at least they can have cash flow within themselves to at least not to miss the target of the 27th.
No, Honorable, they will explain. They gave us the guarantee that that's not their issue. Because
Are they
currently,
said so?
no, yes, they told us.
So why are they asking about
No.
extra funding?
No. Right now, what they are, because we owe them for Lot 1, they are asking us to, reminding us to pay. Okay, but for Lot 2, they are getting the necessary funding.
No issue.
Yeah, no issue on that one. It is coming on a timely basis now. So their line of argument, when it were two, and it's not financial. One was the rainy season, that's the justification. Two, the effectiveness of it, because Badia responded very, very late, as opposed to IDB. That's their line of argument. And therefore, the Chancery building cannot finish the same time as the two schools. That's their line of argument, not the funding. The funding, if we are to say funding, is because Badia paid very late. That's why they were just waiting for Badia to pay. Now that Badia started paying, they're now doing the work. But now they've done the revised plan. When they do the presentation, they give us the guarantee that on or before 18th of December, everything will be completed. And because each month, they will be able to explain all that. So if you give them the floor, maybe that will be, they will go into details to explain all these issues.
No, we already have the revised plan with OCI, a copy of it, and this session is supposed to close 12 o'clock.
Yes, I would plead
Okay,
Mr. Chair to...
One sub.
Yes.
One sub question. Honorable Minister.
Yes.
With that closer report you were talking about, is it possible to get that report without paying that $8 million you owe them?
Well, for us, I want to believe it is possible. Okay, because it is as if you have your money at the bank. Because Gambia government owing you, it is certain that you will get that money.
Yeah,
so for me that's because the work is done.
No, but for me,
Yes, for me that's
you have money, you're gonna access your money.
No, that one is
Minister, I think that we have to be very clear here, Minister. This question is very vital. Because if I accept the project to be closed, and you write to me that it's already closed, without paying me, will it be closed with certain conditions to say it is closing, but you are owing me A, B, C, and D? They are pending payments?
But you see, Mr. Chairman, you see, right now, as a minister, I need to have an overview of Lot 1. The National Assembly, in February 2025, needs to know, Lot 1 also. And right now, without that closure, we cannot. So these days, we cannot say because government owes that 8 million, so we have to wait. And you all know how difficult it is to gather all the...
Now, is the contractor and the consultant making a conditional precedent
No.
to pay before they
No, they are not doing that.
So that's
what I'm saying. That's why I said maybe we can allow them to express themselves. They are saying that we owe them. They're reminding us.
Yes.
And they are saying also...
Can you clarify?
See, please, hold on. They are saying that we will need to pay them. They will need that money. Obviously, as you rightly said, any contractor, you owe him 8 million. Obviously, the person will want
to prepare this project closure report.
Can apply explain that? Project closure.
Ibu, please, Ibu, listen. Let's follow protocol.
We are
right?
We are.
Please.
We are.
All right. Okay. So the 8 million, you see, is part of the variation. And obviously, it's a CPCU, a PCU, working with the consultant and with the contractor based on the different requests and so evaluated, and then now approved by the ministry. And then later, because of the volume of the amount, we decided to take it up, engage finance. And with finance also, we agreed that we should take it to cabinet. Okay, so that everybody is aware of the implications before approval is given. You get it? That's what we're able to do. So now the contractor, they reminded us, and they continue reminding us that we owe them and we should pay. You get it? So we also agree that we're going to pay. But they are also telling us that this delay that we have for Lot 2 is not as a result of the 8 million. No, but they are saying for us to pay, they continue reminding us that we have to pay.
Even the cost of delay, the consultant is saying that even the delays.
No, I'm saying what they, I'm not, they said it to the president.
Okay.
I'm just saying this.
They said to the president that
the delay for Lot 2, okay, is not linked to
The money that
the money that Gambia government owes them.
but he said it.
No, I'm saying what the contractor said. And what they said, tell the president, in my presence. You get it? However, they also, we even laughed. And I even interjected. He said, because, but we would be very happy if we can had something on this payment and so. Then I said, you are saying for us to give you money, but you are putting it diplomatically. You get the point? But in their intervention, they are not saying that that's the main cause of it. But you are as a specialist in this area, you all know that yes, if you have your business and somebody owes you an amount up to 8 million, you would want to get that 8 million to be able to do other. You will not tell no, keep that money there. Okay, I don't need it. Maybe later. No, you will need it to do something else. So obviously, right now, if you ask them, they will need that money now. But they are also saying, I'm just putting these two. They need the money and to do something else, and that will facilitate things. But they are also telling us that is not the raison d'être of the delay. So these are the two things. But they need the money, that we should pay them that money. And that's why we engage finance to be able to do something, even during the budget. Maybe for some of you, we may lay emphasis more on the scholarship and other stuff.
Yeah, that's where I want to drive at now. I think priority is an issue when it comes to the Ministry of Finance, especially, you know the GTSC as well.
Yes.
So that's why, and this issue of this $8 million have also arise again.
Yeah.
During the budget session, it was equally mentioned. So that's why we as a committee, we should engage the Ministry of Finance so that this doesn't become a habitual thing. Even whereas the contractors are telling you, yes, it may not be the cause of the delay, and it will not also delay their future commitments. But at the same time, we are all human. And it can have an impact on them. So as a government, and this is a government, we shouldn't encourage our government owing people without paying them. And there are monies and decentralized services. And you have equally raised a concern of this laboratory equipment as well.
Yeah.
So the university should be a priority area that they should spend.
You will bear me witness, all of you, during the budget session here, I put forward two things. One is the areas, the 8 million. Okay, I put it forward. I put forward the areas for UTG and others for their scholarships. And then also I put forward the buses and so on. So then, but based on what was available, you people gave us something for 109 million for the scholarship and also
but may I observe you?
Yes.
So that's why in my deliberation during the adjournment debate, what we do here is ceremonial. We are not the ones who allocate. The budget is a reflection of the government's programs, policies and programs. They are the ones who prioritize. It starts with a circular. Ministry of Finance will set their ceilings based on their priorities. For us, it will come here, we engage in a budget by negotiate, try to cut from here. And my committee, FPAC, we do most of the cuttings. You understand? So on that note is the government, the executive, who allocates funds, not the national assembly.
Yeah, okay, let me put it this way to conclude this, on this one from my part on this issue. We will take note and we will continue the engagement with finance, okay, and see how we will pay. In fact, that day when we presented before the president, finance came and we reminded him of the areas, okay, that they put forward diplomatically, but we will continue engaging in finance. They have promised that they're going to do some payment, okay, start doing some part payment, but where it is coming from, I don't know, they will be able to really address that. But we will engage, continue the engagement with finance to address that. But I know you have
so absolutely. Yeah, what I want to establish, Honorable, I told you this is a friendly conversation. We need to get everything straight. What the consultants told us here, just few minutes ago, the delay is as a result of government's not paying the money for the phase 1, and that's reflective on phase 2. Now, you said the contractor said that's not the case. And for me, if you ask me, the consultant is there on our behalf. Oh?
Yeah, but even you need to clarify that one. You were there when they were talking to you.
I'm speaking.
No, I'm saying, because as a government,
Honorable Minister, let's not overlap. We will reach to the conclusion. Let's not overlap. Yeah, what we just want to establish. Yes, I'm coming. We'll get the floor. Do you understand? We just want to. We are just finding the facts, and these facts. This is a national process. Nobody owns these processes. This belongs to the entire country. Do you understand? So when we are sitting over national processes, we have to be very, very mindful. So to speak the truth and to reveal the facts. Now, if the contractor told the president that the delay is not as a result of you owing us,
yes,
that's their version to the president.
We are all present. We are all present. We are all present.
So now, why is the contractor? How is your relationship with the contractor?
Give them the floor to
let's establish this fact first. What is your relationship with the contractor? Are you guys on track? Do you have a tough relationship? No.
Tough relationship.
Exactly.
Why we shall have tough relationship?
Yeah, because you said.
No, there is no reason to have a tough relationship. We are completing each other. They are the contractor, we are the consultant.
Yes, exactly. But you said something different.
No, I didn't say. Let me explain myself. Maybe you took it somewhere. What I said, there was a clear question why we have this delay in Lot 2. I was explaining the fact to you as committee.
Yes.
That Lot 2 is a continuation of Lot 1. There is nothing Lot 1, Lot 2 in the contract. There is fixed package. There is the contract is University of the Gambia, Faraba Banta, campus project. That was the contract signed with Shaporji. There is nothing called Lot 1, Lot 2. And that's why when we come to that, when we had these financial issues, we made the split up. Lot 1, Lot 2, but only for operational purposes. It is clearly written. When it came, this fact to split Lot 1, Lot 2, it came when we had this round table conference meeting with all the donors. We called them here and we had this round table meeting, and even in the minutes there is this it was clearly indicated that Lot 1, Lot 2 is only an agreement for operational purposes.
So you did not say the delay is a result of 8 million.
No.
We don't have, I told you this is House of Record, we have everything record. You did not say that.
No. I am explaining to you in general what is happening. The Lot 2 is a continuation of Lot 1. Okay? When we came to the execution of Lot 2, we did an addendum to the contract to extend the contract, because the contract was signed in 2016. It was supposed to expire in 2019, so we have to extend the contract time-wise with the contractor. And that's why we kept extending the contract. I understand the concern very well. The Honorable was raising a very valid point, and it is valid. But there is some small confusion. Let me clarify it, please. Yes. Now, we know that the situation, for the execution of Lot 2, normally, if it was a separated lot, we shouldn't speak about Lot 1. But the problem that it is a continuation of Lot 1. So the delay that are observed in Lot 2 are partly due to some challenges for Lot 1, which are related to overdue payments, like the final account for which the loans, the money is there with the donors, but they are not paying, and for the 8 million from the government. What we are doing now, when we were called by His Excellency the President, he visited the site, he was not happy, and he has right. And then what we did, he asked for a revised construction schedule that shall be realistic, but shouldn't go very far. We know the day of that visit, which was on 15 January, that July, we were planning for July. July is not feasible. And the president instructed everybody to make it to the possible that we can, if we can do it by end of September. And we went and we sit with the contractor, and there was a back and forth. Then we agreed for December because a building of 7 stories cannot be done in 7 months or 8 months. This is out of the way. So we have to be sorry, Chair, please let me complete my statement. Just to make it, there is a nuance I want to explain to you. So there is an impact. Okay, what was agreed now, and during the last presentation that we did to the president, the contractor confirmed that from now on they will put necessary resources to meet this schedule. So they will put resources they will prefer, because they got insurances from the president that their payment will be done. There is no doubt on that. He told it to them, consider your this money as a saving for you. That was told by the president himself. And that's why now we are working again on this schedule. So we will put it aside, whatever consequences from lot 1, we are putting aside. Now, what is needed to be done? From us as a consultant, from them as a contractor, from even the ministry and the PCU, is to speed up the whole processes and to push for this 18 December completion day. Okay, this is now what we can commit ourselves, and we can ensure you. And the contractor is here; you can hear from them. So,
okay, yes.
Okay,
contractor, you can start. Okay.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir, to speak on this platform. Before starting with the presentation, actually, I would like to first reassure our commitment to this project, and we are committed. We will complete this as per the new decided deadline. There were challenges, both technical as well as financial. As the consultant and the PCU explained, and Honorable Minister himself explained, yes, we had faced several challenges in closure of Lot 1. Just to start with, like the Lot 1, we completed the project already, and even the defects liability period of 12 months, that is also completed for major components, and maybe only for the library building, I think it is up to March. We will be completing in the next month. But our bank guarantees, our this performance bond and our retention bond, those are already available with the client, which is very much valid as on date. I think it is valid beyond this date also, beyond up to I think September 2025 it is valid. Okay, so the project closure can be done. We were requesting the consultant that the project closure has now to be done, because we have already attended the snag list, and we are also available on ground constructing the Lot 2. So we had assured UTG that if at all any snags come up beyond the completion also, then we have a relation with our client. We are here. Since we are available, we will take up those. So that also is an assurance we are giving as a contractor. Okay, since our long-standing relation with government of Gambia, we even completed this National Assembly. This was our first project, and now we have been working on the UTG. So we are there, we are committed, we are available. Okay, to Lot 2, just to give a brief background from our side. Yes, the contract was signed in 2016. Since then, we could complete Lot 1 owing to all the challenges already explained in 2024. March 2024 it was handed over. So the contract now, the price, the rates are still the rates which were there in the original contract 2024. So in the contract we actually had two parts actually, that's divided, the BOQ. One was the preliminaries and one was the BOQ items. Okay, so in the BOQ items, all the items which were supposed to be completed, so in those rates, the overrates and all those were not included. It was included in the preliminaries. So the preliminaries has already been exhausted for Lot 1. We are continuing with Lot 2. So like we are only working on the BOQ rates. So on His Excellency, along with Honorable Minister, they had visited actually, and then Excellency expressed that he was expecting a different picture actually on ground, but that was different when he arrived. So he saw whatever he saw on ground, actually he was not very much pleased with that. So he was expecting that, okay, we have to speed up, and he wanted us to be at a far much progress we should have achieved on ground, which was not possible owing to some technical reasons. As the Honorable Minister already explained that, okay, we are not citing the delay of payment as a reason for us to delay on Lot 2 also. We are not saying that. But of course, our management was already expecting that this money is assured, it will come to us. But then there has been a delay in settling those payments. But Lot 2 we are working. School of Agriculture, Faculty of Law, we are in advanced stage. We have already completed the core and shell of the building 100%. Block work and plastering also nearing completion in Faculty of Law, and School of Agriculture, it's in advanced stage, over 50% completed. Okay, so now coming to Chancery building, we were actually expecting the effectiveness of the Chancery building, to be like done before the well before the onset of monsoon. Okay, so we were expecting that, because this is a 7-story building, and in terms of the structure, which is a 7-story building, and the safe bearing capacity of soil, what is there on ground at UTG, that is maximum 17 ton per square meter. So as per their design, for structural stability, we have to go up to a depth where we could get a higher safe bearing capacity. And so we had to excavate and go down for depth over 4 meters, more than 4 meters. And then we had to backfill it, compact it, and then the compaction also should be tested. It should achieve this 95% of the maximum dry density of soil, and all those technical things were involved. So quality cannot be compromised, because it's the foundation which is the base of the building, and that should be strong for the stability, because it's a 7-story building. And what unfortunately, when we started the works, Lot 1 which we handed over, university raised few points like, okay, they wanted some changes and this. So the consultant actually thought about it, and they wanted to improve that in the Lot 2. So they made some small changes to the plan to accommodate those changes, basically in terms of special toilets for the physically challenged people, additional toilets I suppose, and the requirements what they suggested, they want, because there were a lot of inputs coming from UTG, which we are now also we are doing that. We are trying to improve so that they can use the facility comfortably and conveniently for all the staff and the students. So in the course of doing that, there were certain changes, so we did that, and then we started with the foundation works. And unfortunately, the huge depth was there, and during that time there were challenges in importing basalt. So we couldn't, it is not a thing, we signed the contract, of course. You are very much right, sir, that it is the contractor's responsibility to arrange the material, then we have signed the contract. But then it was not fortunate enough for us to have a good time during the foundation stage, because monsoon was approaching, and still we excavated. We didn't wait for the excavation. We excavated. We did put all the efforts. We started doing the filling also. But there were heavy rains, and what happens, the soil gets inundated with water, and then there is lot of moisture content, so you cannot roll it, and then that additional compaction what is required cannot be achieved. So because of that, we cannot do that as a professional contractor. We cannot build a raft on top of that foundation. Neither the consultant will allow us to do that. So we were waiting, we were seeing how best we could do. So we progressed slowly during the monsoon. And when the monsoon, last year it was an extended monsoon actually. It went on up till the end of October. But as soon as the monsoon got over, we immediately speeded up the works, we expedited and we built up the complete foundation substructure, and we reached to a stage wherein we were almost 90% substructure works completed. Okay, and that coincided with the visit of His Excellency, and wherein he also expressed his dissatisfaction on the progress made. But we explained that okay, there were challenges, all these were technical challenges, and of course financial challenges are there, but then we don't want to stress more on that, because those will be, we know it's the government of Gambia fund, and it will be definitely, that will be settled to us. But we were expecting it earlier, but then there was slight delay in that. That's a different thing. But now going forward, we have already agreed, because we have to complete this project by 18th December. That is the schedule what we had presented, and it has been accepted. And now the technical parts of these, we just wanted to make you understand the total, what are the key elements involved in taking up this work, how we are planning to take it up, and in what way it has to be done. Because constructing a 7-story building in such a short timeline is definitely not easy for any contractor. Shapurji also is no different, but then being a reputed contractor, and we are trying our best, and we will definitely achieve it. So we have made up our own arrangements, and for shuttering we arranged additional shuttering. We bought some structural steel shuttering for the core walls and all those stuff. So I will just present it in the presentation along with the actual site photographs, wherein I will explain to you how this 7-story building is there. It is actually a 7-story building with 2 connected towers. There are 2 parts to it. One is a left-hand side 7-story tower connected to the right-hand side through bridges at 3 different levels. And then there are certain sections behind, back side of it, which is a single-story building. So let me explain to you through the presentation and the progress pictures of this. Yeah. So now you can.
Now, before you, okay, this is, you don't even start the presentation.
No, I just give you background.
So this was just laying the foundation.
Very sorry, but just because of the relevance and the importance.
Yes.
So they will.
Yeah, just one question before you go. It's like you mentioned a lot about the soil profiles, rock mechanics, related to the foundation. All these information we could have been informed by way of geotechnical studies. Was that the case before we started the contract?
Yes. Geotechnical report was there, no, for the contract.
But if you have, why do you have challenges with your soil profile, your rock mechanics, related to the foundation? You should have been informed. Huh?
There were changes introduced.
What?
There were changes introduced
Yes.
because of the lessons that we learned. You know what I mean?
Okay,
there were issues about disability, disabled friendly, additional toilets, blah blah blah.
Yes.
You have to
There are improvements.
Okay.
There were
Don't say there are changes.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. Okay. So the scope of work. I just want to put the figure. Like Faculty of Law, it is the built-up area. It is 4,797 square meter built-up area to be constructed. School of Agriculture and Environment, 5,443 square meter, and Chancery is a 7-story building with an area of 8,736 square meter. It is consisting of 2 connected 7-story towers and 1 single-story block. Then there are external development works, which includes parkings for bus, cars. Then there are some roads, and then some services. Okay, wherein we have to lay some cables, some other the generators and all those things are there. Okay, so this was actually the thing presented earlier. So RCC works for Faculty of Law, we confirmed that we completed 100%, already 100% completed. Block masonry also around 98% completed, you can say. And plastering we have completed around 55% for Faculty of Law. School of Agriculture, RCC 100% completed. Block masonry around 70% completed. Yeah, Chancery building, now substructure, you can say we are out of that state. One connected tower already completed, the single story block also completed. The second connected tower will be completing in couple of days, you can say that. Okay, so we are moving ahead with that. We have expedited the pace of work. So now these are the key activities involved in the two faculty buildings, the Faculty of Law and School of Agriculture. Chancery building is slightly different because there are additional finishes and some additional components which I will explain in the next slide. So RCC works we completed, block work, yes, we are nearing completion, plastering is going on, tiling works, we have, why I wanted to explain to you these activities, because for tiling works, we already have the materials, we have already procured it. It is available with us at site. Okay, for the tiling, the tiles are available. Painting works, now we are going to start in due course. Very soon we'll be starting, and we have procured the primer and the putty, which are the base coat. The final finishing will be done, not at this stage, will be done before handing over, few months before handing over. So we have the primer and putty already available with us, we have procured. Then waterproofing works, there are two types. One is the roof waterproofing and one is the wet area waterproofing. For these, the materials will be imported, but then it has to come from Sika. So it is available in Senegal. So we will be procuring it very shortly. Okay, but the stage has not come for that. So based on the schedule, now we are aligning our procurement with respect to the schedule, and we will be procuring it very soon. Then hand railing works. This material, this is a GI hand railing. This material is already in transit. It has been dispatched. And we will be, now there is, the constraints are there, which I will explain in the further slides. Then we have the aluminum windows. We have already finalized the vendor. And now we are, very soon will be placing the order to align with the completion schedule. Structural steel roof. This is one element, where in lot 1 there was delay because of this. Because the price what was there in the BOQ and the market rate, there was huge escalation for this particular item. But based on the lessons learned on project lot 1, this we have already started the procurement, and for the faculty buildings it is already in transit. It has been dispatched already. And we will be receiving that material. The ETA is mid of April because it is coming, it is already sailed. Okay. Then dry wall, false ceiling for two faculty buildings we have procured the material. For School of Agriculture, Faculty of Law. For Chancery building it will be dispatched very soon. Okay. Doors we already have procured. These are available with us. 90% of the doors we have procured. Around 10% of the door there were slight changes actually. To accommodate those changes, it took a little bit time. So now that we will be, very soon we will be placing the order. So the HVAC split units. This is also one item which was delayed in lot 1. But in lot 2, so we are taking lesson from that. We have already submitted all the submissions, the material submitted to consultant, and they have also approved it. So now we are in the final stage of negotiation with the vendor. So we will be going with LG, the brand that we use, like we installed in lot 1, the same, but it will directly come from LG plant in Korea because this project is duty exempted. So we have to import. We can't go with the local vendors who will bring it because the price will be higher considering the payment of duty. So this one we are importing directly from the manufacturer in South Korea. Then electrical, plumbing works, fire protection, these works, basically the wires, cables, all the orders have been placed and we will be receiving it very soon. Then there is one element which is amphitheater. This amphitheater, lot 1 also there we had certain challenges, but lot 2 we have made some improvement in that, but then we are actually lagging on this front. But now we have taken action. Since we have completed the RCC work for the other buildings, Faculty of Law and School of Agriculture. Now we are taking up the amphitheater. It is a conical shaped building. So the structure and the shuttering has to be a bit different compared to the other. It's not a normal shuttering. So it has to be like bent and made into a curved shape. So it is taking some time. So but now we have already taken action and we are on that. So this is Chancery building. Here the difference is, here there is core walls which is there. Core walls is actually not like a normal column. It is a huge 16 meter and 18 meter, the lift shaft and the staircase shaft. Those walls have been utilized as core walls, which is a RCC wall, and it has to be done in one go. And since our floor to floor height is 4 meter, so this 3 meter wall has to be cast in one go. Okay, so for this, the normal shuttering, it becomes difficult and it is time consuming. So that's why we have already started fabricating the structural steel shuttering, which will be only it has to be nut bolt aligned and then we can pour it. For that, it is very heavy actually, but since we have the tower crane, we will utilize tower crane in lifting and placing it in position. And this is important to reduce the slab cycle. So we will reduce the slab cycle with this shuttering. So it is under fabrication at the moment. So maybe next week it will be ready and then we will start utilizing those. But in the meantime, considering that the time taken for those shuttering, we are not waiting for that. We are doing with the wooden shuttering. We have started already. That is going on. Okay, so curtain walls is another element which was not there for the other two buildings, but here it is a huge facade because that is the main attraction.
Yeah, Mr. Contractor.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good you give us all these details, but a lot of time.
Yes.
I know you don't have time.
Correct.
Yes, we have seen your constraints.
No problem. So
yes,
I will.
We have seen the materials you are referring to.
Yeah.
And you make, whatever materials we go straight to.
We'll go to the constraints.
Yes,
Right. Okay, we can skip this. Yeah. Yeah. So these are certain additional.
Increase the font size.
Yeah. Font size can you increase? You make slide.
The size of the slide.
Can you see it, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So actually, considering now there were this global crisis, this Russia-Ukraine war and then the Israel and all this Hamas war going on. So what has happened is, that is linked. That is linked, sir. That is linked because what has happened, Red Sea route has been closed.
Yeah.
So Red Sea route has been closed. So for shipment now it has to come cross all the way and it has to go up till Tangier and then come back to Gambia. Okay. So because of this shipment time has increased substantially. So it is beyond our control. We cannot do the procurement immediately. Like earlier it used to take 34 to 36 days for the vessel to arrive from India or from Middle East. But now it is taking more than 60 days for the vessel to arrive. And lately here at the Banjul port also there is lot of congestion. What is happening is, now they are doing whatever vessels are coming. On first come first basis it is being cleared. It is being allowed the berth. So because of that, the cargo vessels, it is taking lot of time for them to get cleared and then pave way for the other vessels to take the berth. So this is the problem what we are facing, and it is almost like taking around 4 to 6 weeks time for the containers to get released from the port. So this is one issue what we are facing here. And even at the delay in containers release is one constraint what we have. Then Finance Ministry has introduced some additional, a different process or procedure. We have to go for the duty waiver. Once we get the duty waiver from the ministry, then with the Finance Ministry it takes again some time because we have to buy the duty waiver form and then we have to fill it and then submit. Then it takes certain time for them to upload in the system and then grant access to the container release, taking additional time. Okay, these processes were not there earlier, but lately it has been introduced. So now we are dealing with that also. And especially for the trucks which arrive from Senegal, at the border it takes not less than 7 days time for them to get cleared and come to the site. It has to go all the way to Banjul, and then at Banjul again it will be checked and then cleared, and then it will come to site. So that is taking additional time. So that is also one constraint. Then the fencing works actually for the university lot 1, the fencing was not done earlier due to certain challenges. There were some land disputes with the villagers and all those, so we couldn't do the fencing. But I think on one side it has been resolved. We completed 50% of the fencing, but then we couldn't proceed. But now it has been cleared, but Faraba side is cleared.